Hello, and thank you for visiting the Management Channel. In this section, we're going to talk about conducting meetings. The first segment we had was on how to plan and set up a meeting. So our objective here is to analyze an effective meeting. We're going to talk about the methods of conducting meetings, how to lead effective discussions, and how to improve meetings. There are meeting misconceptions. Number one, the leader is responsible for the meeting's success. Everyone should participate in the meeting. Participants must hold back their feelings. And holding several meetings is beneficial, felt it was necessary for success. These are all wrong. A leader is not responsible for the meeting's success. It depends on the entire team. However, the leader does have control. Yes, everyone should participate in the meeting, and for those who don't, you should inquire and ask them, what do you think? Participants must hold back their feelings? Absolutely not. It should have a culture and an environment of being able to have free speech and speak up. And there's no need to hold several meetings if one is going to be successful. So the conducting of the meetings process it has three main steps. You plan it, you participate in it, and then you close it. Conducting the meetings is three parts of a meeting are to identify the objectives. Why are we having this meeting? Cover all the agenda items, and to summarize and review assignments. This is very important. You have to close with this. Make sure you review with who does what. So the meeting leader's roles is to keep the group focused and on track, to try to analyze each situation, determine what is needed next to move forward, issue assignments if applicable, take necessary actions to help achieve the objectives, remove barriers, stop what they call speed bumps. So there are different types of meeting leaders. Maintains control during a meeting by making sure they are in charge and respect their authority. Or seeks out and encourages active debate with meeting participants. Or promotes group harmony by creating a relaxed and comfortable atmosphere where everyone feels they can speak up without any retribution. Also, confronts issues directly to meet the objectives of the meeting. Very important. Characteristics that effective meeting leaders possess are their strong interpersonal skills. They can easily encourage and motivate participants to contribute to the conversation. Strong communication skills. Have the ability to communicate by speaking, listening, not only listening but actually hearing what they're saying, read and use visual aids to communicate. And they need to have strong management skills. Set the appropriate tone, lead in a confident manner. The importance of taking minute notes. The benefits are it provides a clear, accurate transcript of the meeting discussions, what was said and what took place. It's a reminder of topics covered, conclusions reached, and decisions made. There might be sidebars put on for the next meeting, and it's also a reminder to participants for their to-do assignments. Minutes should include the date, time, and location of the meeting, the name of the person conducting the meeting, the names of all the participants who attended and who should have been there but did not attend. And it should have basically the agenda and all items discussed or decided during the meeting. And what responsibilities and tasks are assigned to participants in the meeting. And most important, the time when the meeting was adjourned. So we have different types of minutes. Verbatim being an exact replication of everything discussed in the meeting. The least desirable, though, because it takes longer to try to write it and is too detailed, we recommend using a summary. only the main points of the meeting. It's effective because it reminds of the topics covered and records responsibilities agreed upon or assignments made to participants. Action. Only contain participants' actions, follow-up plans, and responsibilities or assignments made during the meeting. It's effective when the meeting purpose is to create, change, or solve problems. Starting a meeting, as a meeting leader, you should be there about 10 to 15 minutes before it begins. Very important. Once everybody's there, you should introduce the participants. It's a courtesy to all, and it serves as kind of an icebreaker for the meeting. And I recommend if you can have a short little icebreaker to get everybody involved in a quick conversation, that would be wonderful to help everyone feel ready. The other thing you want to do is manage the flow. Cover the agenda items, keep on track, keep the meeting moving forward. It's all done through a 5-step process. Number 1, state the objective of the meeting at the beginning. 2, set the ground rules. 3, stimulate and encourage discussion. And keep the conversations focused on the purpose of the meeting. Watch the clock and keep on time. This is why it's important to assign someone in the group to be the timekeeper. They should have the layout of the agenda and know how much time should be spent on each topic. Productive discussions. The meeting is only as successful as the discussions that are generated. Leaders need to encourage interaction among the participants. So, some of the actions to stimulate productive discussion: demonstrate enthusiasm for the topic. Hold the group's interest. Show empathy for the participants' feelings. Prepare questions in advance to ask the group. And balance the discussion. Then, if possible, take breaks when necessary. Maybe a short 5 or 10 minute break halfway through the meeting. Keep your conversations focused. If the meeting goes off track, the time and energy set up to do this meeting are all wasted. 3 techniques to help keep the conversation focused. 1, avoid digressing from the topic. Stay on track. Very important. Control the controversial topics. Tell them that we'll put that as a sidebar for later or after the meeting discussion. Follow the meeting schedule and the agenda. Have your timekeeper remind you when it's time to end and move to the next topic. Use different types of questions. General questions to everyone. Specific questions to everyone to solicit input. Have questions part of a PowerPoint presentation or on your overhead projector. To get everybody involved, ask direct questions to specific participants. Things to avoid: unanswerable questions. Ones with just a no answer are not good. That doesn't help. Do not ask closed-ended questions where they can only answer yes or no. Don't have vague or ambiguous questions. Don't have any threatening questions or forceful words or demands. Keep it on a positive, free-flowing movement. A productive participant is prepared. They contribute. They listen to what's going on. They evaluate and analyze, and they behave properly and respectfully. If they disagree, they wave their hand and they make their point known. They provide feedback, and they follow through, and they complete any assignments given them. So let's talk about handling difficult situations. Problem people. How do you handle them? How do you handle somebody who seems to dominate the discussion? Well, you try to stop them politely and then turn to someone else and say, so what do you feel about this? What's your opinion? And move it to another person. If they're argumentative, try to remind them that this is a problem-solving meeting and that arguing or taking strong, unnecessary contrapositions is not helpful. Having a sidebar or starting another meeting, no. Put those off. Save it for the next meeting or after the meeting is over. Lack of confidence, the quiet person. You need to bring them into the fold. Ask them, so, Sally, what do you think we should do in this case? And get their opinion. We don't want any antagonistic or skeptical people, so you want to try to cover them down right away. How do you handle a stimulating discussion if the group is quiet? Put something out there. Ask them a question directly. Holding their interest. Handling touchy subjects. Arguments within the group. Stop those immediately. Remind them that we are here all to solve a problem and to work together as a group. Avoid groupthink. And we've covered that one before. There are different causes of conflict. Miscommunication, language, unclear messages, using slang, acronyms. Perceptions. Everyone's different. So everyone seems to think that the other person doesn't know what they're talking about. Values. Everyone is different. Again, everybody has different values. Egos. Tough one. Some people have no ego. Some people have too strong of an ego. And you need to balance that out so that there isn't any disruptive conflict. Outcome is different from what was preferred. So, the dynamics of handling conflict, there are two concerns. One, concern for self, aggressiveness from the participation, emotions getting out of hand, any personal bias or prejudice, or concern for others, cooperation, collaboration, no personal feelings. Everybody's worried about everyone's well-being. So, moving through conflict, clarify the objectives, strive for group understanding, focus on the rational thinking, generate other alternatives so that there are other thoughts and possibilities brought into the fold. Table the issue for another time. If it's too strong and too disagreement today, table it for the next meeting. Use some humor where possible. Everybody likes to smile and laugh. After it's all done, you should be evaluating the meeting. What sources are there? Well, the leader, yourself. How do you feel it went? A trained observer, someone to provide criticism and feedback in your group that you trust and rely on. Or do a survey. Ask the participants for their feedback. How do they think it went? Timing options, how were they? Were they good during the meeting? How were they at the end? Did we end on time? Descriptive, clear, not vague language. Specific, what went well, what did not go well. Behavior, how was the meeting conducted? Did everyone behave? Did things get out of hand? Timing, did we tend to stay on time? Were we on track with our agenda? Clarity, what was clear and what was left unanswered? What kept the participants wondering? Yeah, I don't know if I understood that. You want to make sure you get that from the feedback so that you can provide clarity. When closing the meeting, end the meeting on time. The participants probably have other meetings or have other work planned. They have their own jobs to do. So, how do you close a meeting? First, prepare the participants for concluding. Summarize the main topics that you went through. Announce any additional meetings needed or details for the next meeting. Express appreciation for their time in coming to the meeting. And I add, review assignments so that everybody knows who does what from here and by when it is needed. After the meeting, do some follow-up by evaluating the meeting's effectiveness. Ensure the participants are taking the agreed-upon actions. And most important, distribute the meeting minutes from the meeting to everyone who participated. Ask for questions and feedback. The importance of distributing the minutes reminds participants of the responsibility or the assignments that were given. It reminds the participants of any decisions that were made during the meeting. And it reminds participants of the next meeting and the meeting agenda. So evaluating a meeting's effectiveness helps you identify the strong points versus the weak points for improvement and clarity. Two beneficial ways: use a personal checklist and ask participants for input or feedback. So your meeting checklist, you should create one to help you review your effectiveness. Thoroughness of the preparation, relevance and practicality of the objective, the quality of discussions that was had during the meeting, the interaction among the participants, what decisions were reached, And how was the problems discussed? Politely, aggressively, with some argument or conflict? What was the timing of the meeting? Thank you for watching, and I hope that you did see the section on preparing a meeting. Have a wonderful day.